Good afternoon, YouTube. What's going on? It's Mesa Fail back at it with some Destiny. This is going to be a comprehensive guide to strike Hoard chests, skeleton keys, what you get from the chest, where you might want to spend your keys, and this is going to be a little bit geared towards the newer folks. And you're probably saying, there's no new folks playing Destiny. You'd be surprised, guys. I've been seeing a lot of kindergartens, not only in the comment section of some of my videos. Go look at my how to hit light level 400 video, lots of new players, and when I'm at the tower, I see a lot of kindergarten, brand new players, very low light levels. So without further ado, let's get into it. So as most already know, there is a strike chest at the end of each strike called a Hoard chest. And if you have a skeleton key, you could open it and it could drop up to 400 light. By the end of this video, you will know what every single strike has to offer you at the end if you choose to open those chests. These vary from weapons, they vary from armor, they vary from also class items, and even some artifacts you can get, and all of it can drop up to 400 light. So let's talk about how to farm and what's the best way to farm for skeleton keys. Well, there really is no way, guys. I'm going to link you a video from Patrick Casey Holtzman, who did the whole math and put a lot of hours behind how much the drop rates are for skeleton keys in the 320 strikes, as well as nightfalls, as well as also the weekly Siva Crisis Heroic Strike playlist. It's basically like a 20% drop rate. My advice, just play strikes. Play the weekly heroics if the burns aren't too bad. If you're newer, play the 320 strikes and forget about it. If you're trying to grind for a key, it's not going to happen. If you just play the strikes, they will add up. You can only hold 5 at a time. Nightfalls also give you skeleton keys, but when Holtzman did his video, he ran, I think, 20 and got 2 keys out of it. So just play strikes, the keys will drop, okay? So let's go through all the strikes and what the possible contents are. This way, you could decide where you want to actually use your keys. Because remember, some of them drop weapons, some of them drop multiple things. Could drop a helmet, could drop gauntlets, could drop class items, even artifacts, all up to 400. So if your character is deficient, let's say in a helmet, and you don't have any exotic engrams for helmets, hey, let me go do this strike here, open up that chest, I have a chance at getting a 400 helmet. And remember, if it's not for the class you want, you could always cross infuse. Meaning if you get a helmet for Hunter, you could infuse it into a Titan or Warlock. So starting off, we have Septics Perfected. Now that can drop the Devil's Dawn Sniper and also the Warlock Bond, Septics Depose Bond. Now this sniper is like the Black Spindle in terms of its rate of fire and impact. They always come with the same exact perks, however, I have gotten them in all 3 flavors, Solar, Void, and also Arc. I particularly am not crazy about this sniper, but if you need one, go for it. I prefer my longbow, 1,000-yard stare, the type of sniper that has the rate of fire and impact that gives me 4 rounds. Next up, let's talk about the Wretched Eye. You can get also the Devil's Dawn Sniper from there. You can get the Titan class item, the Anathema Cannon Mark, probably butchering that. Also, it is confirmed that you can get the Hood of Malak, although every time I've opened it, I've never had it. The Hood of Malak is a Hunter helmet. So remember, you can always cross infuse, it could drop up to 400 light. Next, let's talk about the Abomination High Strike. Now here you can get Hunter gauntlets, and they do look pretty cool. I did get them once, but not a good roll. They're called the Mongrel Ogre's Grasps. Also, Devil's Dawn, once again. Same sniper, remember, you can get it also from all 3 of these strikes. Abomination Heist, Wretched Eye, and Septics Perfected. On to the Nexus, the new strike that was just added and revamped. You can get the Mark of the Nexus, that is a class item for the Titan. No weapon, unfortunately. I really wish they had added a weapon. Next up, we have the Blighted Chalice Strike. That's with Malak. Now, the Hood of Malak, that's the Hunter helmet that drops from there. I'm surprised they didn't add the Grasp of Malak, which is the pulse rifle that comes from Omnigo. We'll get to that in a second here. Next up, let's talk about the Fallen Saber Strike. 2 things can drop from here. A heavy machine gun called Baron's Ambition, and also the Devouring Maw helmet for the Warlock. So if you're deficient in 400 light for your heavy, you could choose to open his chest, get a heavy machine gun. I personally don't like this heavy machine gun. I've gotten it a few times, and it's not that great, or at least the rolls I've gotten on it, not a real big fan of it. Moving on to the Undying Mine, and also any Vex Strike, you can get the elusive, well, it's not elusive, it's elusive to me because I can never get a good roll in it, is the Imago Loop, or the Mark of the Undying Mine. That is the Titan class item. Imago Loop, everyone is trying to get a good roll on, because if you get it right, it could be exactly like a Fatebringer. If you get one with Rifle Barrel, Outlaw, and Firefly, you basically have yourself a Year 3 Fatebringer. I don't care, because I have my oversized Fatebringer, my Wounded Scout Rifle from Future War Cult, that's basically Vision of Confluence and Fatebringer, because it's got full auto, great sights like Vision of Confluence, Firefly, and Outlaw. Next up, we have the Dust Palace, and any of the Mars strikes can give you a scout rifle called Tread Upon Stars, which is kind of the same archetype and also even sights as Division of Confluence from the Vault of Glass, one of my favorite scout rifles. I got a really good roll on one. I like mine. It's got crowd control. It's got good range. It even has third eye in it. I use it a lot, but for the most part, I'm using my oversized Fatebringer. Also with the Dust Palace, you can it can drop up to 3 different class items. For the Hunter, you got the Solar, Void, and Arc Flare Mantles. Next up, we have the Shadow Thief Strike, or the revamped Taniks Perfected. Got a couple of items. Baron's Ambition again drops from this one. That's the heavy machine gun. You've got the Cloak of Taniks, pretty cool looking Hunter Cloak. Then we have an auto rifle, Does Not Bow. It's not bad. It's got a rate of fire of 77 and impact of 28. I've never gotten a really good roll in it, but you guys in the comment section, if you have one of these that you like, let me know. Then we have Omnigo, where you can get the Grasp of Malak pulse rifle, and that's a really good one. You might want to use the Skeleton Key on if you're looking for a pulse rifle that's good in the current meta for a PvP. It's like a clever dragon, basically, but I don't think you can get... You might be able to get high caliber rounds in this thing. I'm not 100% sure, but you want to get good stability on this thing, and it can come with some pretty good perks. You also can get the Omnigo Bond, and that is for the Warlock. When this was the Nightfall way back in year 2 basically, where you could farm this over and over and kill Omnigo before she goes into the final room, I got myself about 30 of these things, and only maybe 2 to 3 of them are actually good, so be careful. But if you need a pulse rifle that's of this archetype, fast firing, low impact, mercs people in the Crucible, open up this chest. Next up is the Echo Chamber Strike, which is a Vex Strike, so of course the Imago Lupu drop, and also a Warlock Bond that I'm not even going to try to pronounce. This is a PSN exclusive strike. I'm pretty sure Xbox, let me know in the comment section, did you guys get the strike already? We've had this for a very, very long time. You should have gotten it by now, but if not, let me know in the comment section. You've got the Shield Brothers on the Dreadnought, so it's a Cabal strike, so Tread Upon Stars can drop, and also the Maulers, I'm probably saying that wrong, Titan Gauntlets can drop from there, so if you need gauntlets up to 400, you can get them from there. You have the Sunless Cell, that's also on the Dreadnought. Here you can get a Titan helmet, the Dark Blade Helm, which actually looks like one of the King's Fall helmets. Also, Dark Blade Spite, that's a fusion rifle, very high impact. I got a pretty good one way back in the day, but I really don't use it. The only fusion rifles I use right now are the ones from the Wrath of the Machine. Then we also have the Archon Priest, a Winter's Run. You can either get it in the normal version if it comes up, or the Taken version, and only one item can drop, and that's a shotgun called the Stolen Will. If you get one with full auto, I believe it's pretty good. I don't waste my time on this one. I never use shotguns in PvE unless it's the raid shotgun. I love that thing. And for PvP, of course, I'm going to be using my Matador 64. Then you have Cerebrus Vi 3, which is a Valis to Arak. The only thing that can drop from that one, because it's a Cabal strike, is the Tread Upon Stars Scout Rifle. Also keep in mind, there's a whole plethora of Warlock, Hunter, and Titan class items that can drop from any of these strikes. They're basically remade class items, and you can get any of them. They could drop up to 400. Artifacts can also drop, as I mentioned earlier, but they will be blue ones, so when you see it, you'll be like, oh, I got a blue one. Don't worry about it. It can drop. Blue ones can drop up to 400. So anyway, that's it for the video, guys. I hope you guys found this helpful. If you did in any way, shape, or form, do me a favor. Drop a like in this video only if you see fit. Follow me on the Twitter at Mesa Sean. Check out my stream, usually and always on YouTube. And that's it. I'm out of here like Vladimir.